The revolution is now. The revolution is now. Hello viewer, you're welcome to the Revolutional TV Show. My name is Dixon and here with me is Davidson. Today is going to be an exciting moment because we have two people that will be answering some questions. We have an atheist and a Christian. I want us to understand something, that we are not trying to debate, or we are not arguing, because I come to find out that in argument you don't convert, you only win. Don't go, we'll be right back. The revolution is now. Welcome back, dear viewer. We have Joshua Fullers currently studying biology in the University of Houston, Texas, and also and we have Gordon Reason from Pennsylvania, Lancaster, who is also a Christian apologist and a Christian rapper, popularly known as Parallel. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna start it. You gotta ask first question, or I'm gonna ask. Okay, let me start. Okay. My first question goes to you, to Mr. Josh. I've known you for a while as an atheist. Why did you choose to be an atheist?
So I did not believe that atheism was a choice for me. It wasn't a choice the same way that someone doesn't choose to believe that 3 + 2 = 5. In my mind, I've already concluded that God's not real, and I've done this solely based on logic. So for me, it wasn't really a choice. It was something that once I understood it, I no longer believed in God, and that's really all it was at the time. So once again, I don't choose to be an atheist. And the reason for that is because if I wanted to believe in God again, I could not do it, because it doesn't make sense to me in the context of reality. God does not make sense to me. And I can't believe something that I don't think makes sense. And now what I did choose was I chose to look for the truth, and I chose to value logic over faith. Now, I know what I regard as the truth is not going to be the same as what a lot of people regard as truth, and it's probably not going to be the same as what you regard to as truth. But for me, the truth I found was God is not real. And I'm an atheist because I've chosen to follow that truth, no matter what truth I find. I've chosen to search for truth.
Wow, that was a wonderful, sincere answer from Josh.
Okay, I will still ask, Gordon, you will not escape this same question. We're going to ask you the same question. So, why do you choose to be a Christian?
The only way to answer this properly, I have to give it to you in its right context. Choosing to be a Christian is equivalent of me being married. I didn't choose to be a husband. A husband is what I became when I pursued a relationship with my wife. Christian is a byproduct of following Jesus. Christian means Christ-like. So when you decide to follow Jesus, that's what makes you a Christian. So the other way around doesn't work. So I didn't choose Christianity, I chose to follow Christ. Therefore, that makes me a Christian.
Wow, that's a sincere answer from Gordon and Josh. At least, did you hear their different views? Wow.
Two separate views that go in two separate places.
Yeah, I remember a popular parable. They say, as our faces are different, so our problems are different. Not that these are two individuals with two different views. But what I'm scared of is you may be holding on to the wrong thing and thinking it's the right thing. So I want to ask you this question: why do you choose to be a Christian?
Me?
Yeah. Why do you choose to be a Christian?
Why I choose to be a Christian?
Yeah.
I believe I go with the answer of God on reason. I don't have much to say. I concur to what he just said. I concur to his answer.
Now, why are you not an atheist?
Why am I not an atheist?
Yeah, why are you not an atheist?
It's because I choose not to believe that God does not exist. I choose to see the reason why God exists, and that is it.
Wow, that's a powerful one. My next question goes to you, Josh. I'm going to be asking Josh this time around. So, Josh, do you think God is responsible for the creation of the universe?
So this is a very big question, a really big question. As an atheist, I don't think God created the universe, of course, but how the universe was created is still very mysterious and complicated, and there's a lot of things we don't know. I think that how we got the universe that we know today is from the Big Bang, but the Big Bang doesn't tell us everything. The Big Bang Theory is not a complete explanation. I believe that the Big Bang ordered the universe in the way we know it today, but it doesn't tell us how the matter came to be. It doesn't tell us how existence itself happened. So, since science doesn't know yet, basically, Science doesn't know yet the answer to that question completely. I think, now, just because science doesn't know doesn't mean that's evidence for God. Just, you can't say, I don't know, therefore God. Just because we don't know does not make God responsible. It just means we don't know. There could be a variety of answers that are possible. I think that science will answer the question eventually. Maybe many years in the future we will know. Science will tell us. Just like how it's answered a lot of other mysteries over time.
It will amaze you from the words of Josh that he's expressing himself the way he thinks it should be. He's expressing himself. But I believe everybody has his own belief. I remember when I was in the seminary, I was holding on to a particular belief, and my professor told some students, they said they should allow me. They said they should allow me. When I was there, I remember. They said when I come to the realization and I see, if I see the truth for myself, then I will choose to believe or not. That was when I could remember the statement I made. I made that statement. I said, I understand that I don't understand. If Josh just made a statement, he said, just because they don't know, that doesn't mean that God did it. Yeah. So now okay, go on. And this is my question also. Do you think God created the universe? Is God responsible for creation?
Is God responsible for creating the universe? Well, whether you're agnostic or an atheist, or you're a theist, we both have the same starting point. The universe is here. That's not debatable. Where did it come from? How did it get here? The Bible is bold enough to say God made it. The sciences, well, the philosophical sciences are bold enough to say, well, we don't really know, but we have theory of the Big Bang, but can't explain where that came from. And there's, atoms and material floating out there, but we can't explain where that came from. So we have the same starting point. So we can't knock each other with starting at the same point. God says I created it. When you study creation, it is so scientific that it doesn't rob away from the idea that there is science involved. God's wisdom is scientific. The laws he put in place of gravity, the laws he put in place that the planet doesn't freeze or doesn't burn, all of that is an extension of his wisdom. And why wouldn't we want someone to create the environment that we live in? The universe is kind of like a fish tank. When you plan to buy fish, you first get the tank and you set it up and you make it nice and pretty and you put the appropriate amount of water at the right temperature. Then you add your fish. The point is, the fish were in mind before the tank. The tank housed the fish. The universe was designed for us to live and dwell there. So it points to intelligence. It points to design. It points to purpose. And all those are attributes that belong to a someone, not just a random something. So yes, I do accredit God for creating the universe. He said it, and science backs up creation of the universe, from the smallest of light particles to the biggest of land animals roaming around. Very interesting.
My question goes to you, Mr. Davidson. Yeah, Mr. Davidson, my question goes to you. You are a Christian also, right?
Yeah, I'm a Christian.
What if you die and you find out that God does not exist?
Wow.
What if I die and I found out that God does not exist? I will have nothing to lose if at the end I found out that he doesn't exist, okay? If I found out that he doesn't exist. But I'll have something to lose if at the end I found that he exists and I choose not to believe in him now.
Wow.
That is when I will have something to do. So that is why I choose to be a Christian.
Wow.
Now this is it. I remember a woman who was taking a cup of cappuccino at the dining table, and a young man barged in the room, and he asked her, "Does this cappuccino taste good?" Did you know the answer she gave him? She said, "No matter how I explain the taste of this cappuccino, you won't understand if you don't taste it." Wow. Having a personal encounter is necessary.
Yeah.
That was why I said in argument, you don't convert, you only win.
Yeah.
And it is my choice to believe in what you believe in. Even if you win me, I've seen so many people that they won and they still not believe in those things.
Yeah.
Let me chip in this little quote.
Okay.
Now we must understand that if we say God does not exist, Now scientists and atheists believe that the world was formed from the Big Bang theory, now and evolution. Now I want to say evolution itself does not explain the Big Bang. If we say God does not exist, then who formed the universe? They say it come out of the Big Bang. Then what caused the bang? That is the question we need to ask. Now we must address this issue. We must address the issue of origin. Origin. What caused the bang? That is the question that we need to ask. What caused the bang? Now, if we don't understand, now Josh just made a statement. He said the fact that they don't know, that doesn't mean a God did it. The fact that they don't know, that doesn't mean a God. It's just that they don't know. It's mysterious. God made a statement. He said, science said they don't know, and Christians come out boldly. The Bible boldly says that God did it. Based on my own understanding and my own belief, I think looking at the universe from it the vastness and the beauty of it, and I think there is an intelligent design behind all these things. Wow. Now, because I want to find out that no physical entity and quantity can explain its own existence. If we say the world come out of the Big Bang, there is something that caused the bang. Yes. Say no physical entity and quantity can explain its own existence. Any physical thing you see in this world depends on another thing physical for its own existence. So it boils down to origin. It means there is an unseen cause that is causing things that are unseen to be seen. Okay. And that is the belief of Christians. Okay. Now, in order to balance this, now if you're gonna say everything that exists depends on another thing to exist, then how about God? Does God depend on anything to exist? That is why He is God, because He's the only entity that existed, and the reason for whom existed is in Himself. All other ones depend on another physical thing for their own, like the shirt you are wearing now. It depends on something else. Yeah. They need to use cotton or nylon to form the material. Yeah. So it depends on something. Now the nylon, the cotton they use depend on the tree. So if it boils down to everything, you will find that there is an unseen cause that is causing things to be, and that is what we call God. Dear viewer out there, I want to tell you something. Now, if we're gonna boil down to origin, I want you to understand that there is a physical, there is an unseen force that is responsible for the things that we are seeing. And let me check this. Now, the scientists think they can find the existence of God. They have been trying their best for ages, for decades now. They have not, and they think by their own intellect they can discover God. But I want to tell them that you cannot discover God in your own way. Yeah. Now, if you so think you want to go your own way, that God will go. Like example, you can say, okay, if you are God, now slap me. God does not respond to such things. He's not that kind of being. So if you are looking for God, then you must bring down your ego and encounter Him personally. Wow. This statement you made just struck me. Now, I want to tell you something, dear viewer. If you're gonna open your mind and approach God, even if you don't believe that He exists, but I want to tell you that He exists. Give it a try. God is true. Give it a try. God is true. Just give it a try and you will see. Now, I'm not trying to enforce or impose anything on you, but I'm telling you, if you're gonna approach God with an open mind, you're gonna find out that you're gonna have an encounter with Him. Okay, we're gonna draw the curtain here.
My name is Joshua Felix. I'm speaking to you from the University of Houston campus in Houston, Texas, the United States of America. I'm currently here at university studying biology. I'd like to thank Davidson and Dixon for having me on the show. And I'd like to thank Gordon for being here.
Thank you again, Davidson and Dixon, for having me, and thank you, Josh, for stepping up to the plate and expressing your concerns and your reflections. Just remember, even a guy like Charles Darwin was a theist. Usually it's disappointment that causes us to minimize who God is, but He still very much is alive and He still very much loves you. Thank you guys for having me. God bless.
And I'm Davidson and he is Dixon. This is the Revolutional TV Show, and we're gonna stop here for now, and we say bye for now. For the revolution is now.
The revolution is now.